think we're ready. Where does the time go? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was going to say good morning. No, good evening. It's 7 o'clock. It's Mystery Card Monday. You're on Tamara's Paper Trail. I'm Tamara Bertram, and I'm coming to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Give me a hidey-ho. Let me know who's out there. Look, should I put some lippy on? Let's look like we've got some color. Some color going on. You know, I always think I've got lots of time, and then look, I still have the crafter math from creating before dinner. And now, while you all jump on and say howdy-ho, I will start cleaning up my mess because, oh my goodness. Hey, Donna's in the house. Hi, Melanie. Ay, ay, ay. Do you use every single product you've ever owned when you go to make a card? That was me today. I had a plan. I had a plan for tonight, and it totally didn't even come close to what I was going to do. So I spent 3 hours making a card that we're not doing tonight. Yeah. So then I thought, great, we'll just grab a Mystery Card Monday that I loved from a while back, and we'll do that. Sure. Seems like a good idea. Good plan, Tamara. Yeah. 4 hours later, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like some days, I swear to God, I could not make a card if my life depended on it. And it's a great layout. So I don't know I was just overthinking things. I think I had too much time on my hands. So let's go with that. I'm going to clean up the crafter math while y'all are popping in. Have a little, I see some names popping up. I see Marilyn's in from down south. I see Missouri's in the hat. Like, seriously, I'm not kidding. I've got all of the die cuts, you guys. I emptied my entire pack of, what's it even called? Birthday celebration or... No, it's called something weird. The stamp set is called Birthday Celebration. The paper is called something weird. Something else. I don't even know what it's called. It really doesn't matter because I'm not... Yeah, I am using it. I'll figure it out. Okay, Linda. I don't like to hear that. Linda has major issues with blood pressure today. I do too. Like, okay, not major that I have had to go to the hospital, but I'm going to the doctor on Thursday, and it can't come soon enough for Craig's liking. He thinks I'm going to tap out and stroke out here pretty quick. Today, my blood pressure, the top number wasn't too bad at only like 154, but the bottom was 101. And so that's been eking out. I've been tracking it. It's been as low as like 85. It's usually around 90 to 95. This morning it was 101. So he's like, okay, when are you going to see the doctor? So, anyway. Hi, oh, hello, all my friends. Hi, Donna. Melanie, Dirtville's in the house. Hello, my friend. Xana's in. And Linda, hello. I hope you're well. 2 a.m. Xana, good Lord, girl. Well, my show doesn't really put people to sleep because I get a little keyed up. So I don't know. Just keep the sound off and you'll just see me doing this, making facial expressions. This is a lot more fun. So Charlene in Missouri, April Wine, hello. Susan's in the house. Margaret in North Carolina. Hello, my friend. And Marilyn is down south. You're still down south, right, friend? Yeah. MJ, hi. Paulette and Linda. Log my dinner. I got a new app and now it's bossy. Log your dinner. Do your exercises. Eat healthy. Do your yoga. Do your yoga. I didn't do my yoga today. Okay. Hi, Bernice. Jen. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Amy. Live for the... Okay, let's give a round of applause to Amy. Amy, we're just going to embarrass you now. Amy, first-time viewer. Well, first-time liver. Hello. The new computer. Oh, Tracy's got a new pewter. Is that why I haven't seen hide in her hair of you for 2 days? You've been trying to set that up? Sherry, oh my gosh, everybody. No, I know. Right, Belinda? Like, and of course, I've been eating better and I've been walking. It has to be 0 degrees apparently for Dolores to walk. It hasn't been like a beautiful summer or anything. No, I like to walk when it's like 1 degree out. I've been loving it. I've been walking every day. It's great. Nova Scotia's in the house. Hey, Cheryl. I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you, friend? Chilliwack. Yeah. Hi, Coral. They say Bev. Hi. Dolores says hi. You miss me when you don't catch you. Okay, Zana. Well, hey, Heather. Hello, my friend. Oh, no election today. No electricity? No election. Heather? I'm confused. All right. 122 over 82. Tracy. Right in the zone. Yeah. So blood pressure's all over the map. So I'm going to the doctor, and Dolores is making some changes again, right? I keep trying. I don't know. I just keep trying. Okay, I think I've struck mostly desk, so I think, oh no, I'm just going to shove it all under there. You guys, I haven't done the draw from last week. Okay, you guys. I'm such a hot mess. But well, yeah, I was going to say it's not my fault. Of course, yeah, I guess it's my fault. I'm just scattered. My mini-me is away again, and I miss her. And where is mini-me? A.K.A. Alicia, A.K.A. Delilah. Dolores, Delilah. We have Dory, Rebecca's Dory, and Craig, who's Earl. And Alicia's boyfriend, I've named him Dirk. No election. Okay. You know what? Apparently there was the Grey Cup was on yesterday. Who knew? Like, I live under a rock, you guys. Swear to God. I've been off social media, like, for the most part. As discussed in the past, I pretty much take the weekends off now. I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and part of Friday. So this weekend's entertainment was, I'll finish my mini-me story in a minute. What was this entertainment? So Saturday, I went to see Dad. It was just a quick visit because then I went to the theater with my mother. We went to see Michael Jackson, the musical. Oh my gosh, you guys. It was so well. Tracy, have you gone? Or you would have gone last week. It was so well done. Mom thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. When I go to the theater now, I get emotional. Like Michael Jackson, the closing number, I was like on the verge of bursting into tears. I'm like, what? That he's like doing Man in the Mirror. And I'm like, okay, like that's the sign of some good theater, you guys. It was awesome. Who cares? Didn't you hear the entire West Side of Canada cheer when the Rough Riders won? No, I didn't. Anyway, so we went to the theater, and then Mom and I went out for a bite. Meanwhile, Alicia was having a panic attack. Mini-me, Alicia, Delilah, because she was heading off to Anaheim Sunday morning at the crack of, we had to leave the house at 4 a.m. The Mom Uber, was not best pleased with having to get up at 3:30 in the morning. However, I got home from dinner, and Alicia had been panicking because she forgot her shoes at work, and she couldn't get her shoes. So she was freaking out. No shoes. 2 hours before the stores closed. Anyway, I went for dinner, and I just put my phone away. I'm like, they'll figure it out. I don't need to be involved. They figured it out. But then I came home and I had to hem her pants because she doesn't sew. And I wasn't having her going with pants that were too long. And now in her defense, like I called up and I heard ironing and I didn't think it was Craig. I'm like, is Dad doing your ironing? And she says, hey, he just jumped in there. Like she didn't ask him to or anything. So she was feeling kind of princessy, but she finished packing. Anyway, so we spent the evening getting her figured out for what to wear because it's a business trip. And then Sunday got up at the crack of like 3:30 in the morning, drove over to the airport, drove home, and then promptly got on with my day. Get a lot done when you get up at 3:30 in the morning. But at 12:30, I crashed hard. I took like a 2-hour nap and I had great intentions. Like Saturday, it was just, I was a waste of makeup really. Sunday, I had great intentions of coming down and designing. I've got some deadlines. I got a deadline for Thursday, but Craig has to go for his colonoscopy on Wednesday and it's in Wetaskiwin. So Wednesday's a write-off. Thursday, I'm going to the doctor and I go and see my dad and the deadline is Thursday. So I have today and tomorrow to get all these things done. And it hasn't been happening very well. Anyway, Alicia's now in Anaheim, so I spent all day like texting with her. She's having the time of her life. She's on a business trip and hitting all like so many Anaheim highlights. So of course, today is Disney. They're doing the aquarium. She's going to the Ducks Detroit. I think they're playing Detroit hockey game. They're doing an e-bike tour. They're doing all kinds of hotel tours and so on and so forth. Just it's put on by Anaheim, like tourism board or whatever. So she's rubbing elbows with other travel agents, and she's been texting me just like over the moon with having so much fun. She's met so many people, and she has a new best friend apparently. So it's been really crazy busy, really really busy. But yeah. Anyway. So today it was one of those days where like really I thought I have to resign because I can't make a card to save my life. I got there in the end. I don't know what the big problem was, but anyway, I think I was just overthinking it. Anyway, so just going back to last week really quickly. I didn't do the draw yet for last week, but we're going to do another one. We're going to do it tonight. Now, The only thing I have to share, I have no more classes. I have no more classes for the rest of 2025. I gotta get the blood pressure under control. There's no classes. Anyway, what I drew for last week was a PDF. Now, I am thrilled to say, and thank you to everybody who ordered one of the kits. We are now sold out of the kits. I am thrilled. Tracy is thrilled. We're happy, all the things. Now, what I do need to do, though, is Tracy has challenged me, if I can find them, to sell, I think I have to sell 17 PDFs. I don't know where the cards are. They're lost. They're gone. I don't know where they are. You've seen them a million times. Here they are. I don't know. I've got the box somewhere. So I'm going to do another draw tonight for the PDF for the cards that we did for the extravaganza. And if I sell 17, I get, Tracy's going to treat me to lunch. Okay? So, Tracy, did I tell you that? If I sell 17 of these on top of what I've already sold, I think I've sold 7 or 8, I don't know. Anyway, as of right now, if I sell 17 more, they are $10 each. And there are the instructions to make the 5 different layouts. 1, 2, all the cutting instructions, all the supplies, so on and so forth. So Tracy had designed these using the ornamental Christmas stamp set. You don't have to have it. Aside from this particular card does specifically use the trees from that set. But if you have other sentiments, all right, Tracy's buying. You guys, Mama needs some food. Like, come on. So you can use other sentiments. But if you have the ornamental Christmas, that's what it's designed for. So on that score, I will do the draw like tomorrow for last week's. And then let me do the overlay and we'll just do that. Yeah, let's do it again. Comment PDF to be entered into my draw. So the draw is going to be a free PDF. If you would like to purchase the PDF, if you weren't a winner last week, you can purchase it for $10. You just e-transfer me at bertram4@shaw.ca and I will fire that bad boy off to you. That's it. That's all. That's all I'm sharing tonight. And we're going to get on with it because it's already 7:12 and I've said nothing and Lord knows what's going to happen here. So I ate, where's my face? Where's my face? There it is. So I ate some moldy pie last night. Is that why my stomach hurts today? Like literally, it was moldy. This is my life, you guys. I was like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to have a little piece of apple pie. Had a piece of apple pie. And I'm just finishing, like I had just finished the last bite. And Rebecca goes to have a piece of pie and she says, the apple pie is moldy. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, that's just flour or something. And she brought it over to me and there was like a green circle with white circle around. It was mold, you guys. And I had just finished eating. I have a sore tummy. But that was yesterday, so that can't be it, right? Hi. Okay, let's make a card. I think I can do this one tonight. All right. Where's Mr. Pointer? Mr. Pointer's got to help me out. Today we're making 3 cards. No, you know what? We're not going to start with 3. I'm going to show you the layout on 1, and then we're going to snazz it up. So I found this card from last year. I wonder where it is. Here it is. And it was a really popular layout, really popular. So I thought I'm gonna case it. I'm gonna copy myself, right? This was the card. I think it was because the paper was so darn good. It was just a great image. And so this is the layout we're doing. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading comments as we go too. So this is the layout that I started with. I thought, well, that's going to be easy. I'll figure out how to do this. So we're going to make it like a one-sheet wonder, sort of, in that we're going to cut, I guess we can't call it a one-sheet wonder. We're going to do layout, but we're going to make 3 cards out of it. Once I show you how to make it with a scenery, the scenery paper. So once again, I am digging out my beautiful gallery. Sooner or later, I'm going to know what this is called. Beautiful gallery paper. Where's the kitty pointer? Here's Miss Kitty. Here's Miss Kitty. There we go. We use Miss Kitty tonight. Hey, Stacy, in the house, look what I did to my nails. Now, here's a story. This nail might have 6 layers of nail polish on it because these are like nail stickers, but then they lifted. And so there was a rough edge that was going to get caught and it was really bothering me. So I now have like 6 layers of clear coat on top of this and it's still going to catch on something. But anyway, do they look like they're moldy? Which brings me back to my moldy cake, my moldy pie. Oh, moldy pie. It tasted fine. And I'm like, well, it's just penicillin, right? I won't die from moldy pie, will I? I don't know. Hey, Karen. Yeah, you missed nothing. You can always come in 15 minutes late on my watch. Oh, hey, I still have kits. Look, this one, I still have 2 of these ones. That you can't get these till January. They're good for a winter birthday, too, if you're interested. Anyway, it's called the Calm and Bright, $46.50 to mail it. But you don't get the block, and you don't get the box, and you don't get the ink spot. So I think I have 2. I might have 3. I have 2 anyway. And then I still have 2 of these. Again, you don't get the ink spot, but it's $43.09 to mail it. If you want porch pickup, take off $4.50. I don't know, April, but I have a sore tummy. All right. Anyway, I'm going to start with this piece, and we're going to have to do it together because I didn't prep this piece. So I'm going to show you. Now, I'm going to calm down in a minute here. She said, I'm very excited. Once again, I get to use my Mossy Meadow. Okay, is everybody ready? If you didn't prep, this is your time to prep along with me because I don't have this one prepped. I'm going to start with a piece of cardstock, card base. Now, if you have 3, that's great. I'm going to start with 1. Hi, Jenny. Card base, 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to, well, you can cut 3, but I'm cutting 1 right now because I'm just going to do 1 to show you how to do this beautiful pattern with just 1 sheet of paper. So what, 5.5, and this is basic gray. My Mossy Meadow is the cardstock layer, which is 4 by 5.25. Oh, that's nice, Cindy. Shouldn't you be cutting and playing along with me? Did I say 4 by 5.25? So 5.25 by 4. So that's my layer. And then usual tools. We don't need to see that. We know that one. And sentiments or scraps for shape or whatever that is. You know. Okay, then our designer paper. So I'll do that pattern in a minute. But our pattern paper, it needs to be 3 5/8 by 5. 3 5/8 is what? I hear you cry. That's 3.5 plus 2 ticks. So I'm bringing in this pretty piece right here from Beautiful Gallery. And it needs to be 3.5 and 2 ticks. So 3.5 and 2 ticks. Now that, I don't want to cut off that much flowers. So when I have something like this that I'm going to have to miss some of the picture on, that was a good sentence, I turn it around and I cut off what I think is a reasonable amount. That looks reasonable to me. That's about 1/2 inch, right? Exactly 1/2 inch. Then I swing it back around and I say, okay, 3 5/8. So 3.5 plus 2 ticks. And then I close the little door and I'm like, oh, that's still a lot to cut off this flower. Maybe I'll cut a little bit more off of this end. Just a little bit, just a titch. Cut off a little bit. A titch. Swing it back around. Okay, so 3.5 and 2 ticks. So that's, you can see this is what the photo is going to be. Sure, done. By 5. So same thing, I'll cut the bottom end to where I think is reasonable. Because who cares about the bottom? We want the nice foliage. And this has to go to 5. So is that going to be enough? I can cut a little bit more off the bottom. Just a titch. Sure, I'm wasting paper. You know what? I got paper. I'm okay to waste a little bit of paper. I'm kind of over it. Okay. So here we go. We got 3 5/8, which is 3.5 and 2 ticks. It's also 3 3/4 less 2 ticks. But anyway. Okay, well that's nice, Inez. Excellent. Crafting. Yeah. Well, welcome to my life, Cindy. Mine's always a mess. Yeah, they're closed today, Linda. Yeah. Okay. All right. So if you have patterned paper, like if you're going to maintain this pattern, which is what we want on this particular card, you need to be very cognizant of what I'm going to say here. First cut we're going to do is at 1 7/8, which is 2 less 2 ticks. Okay. It's also 1 3/4 plus 2 ticks. It's 1 7/8. Okay. So you can see that 1 7/8 is 2 less 2 ticks. It is also 1 3/4 plus 2 ticks. Okay. If it was 8/8, it would be 2, right? So 7/8 is just minus 2 ticks. I hope you follow along with that. You guys have played with me enough that you know what 2 ticks are, and you know 1 7/8 is just 2 less 2 ticks. So you're going to cut it. This piece is scooch over to the left. Keep that one over there. Now, this is very important. We are going to take this piece and you're going to turn it so that the bum is to the left. Okay, so you're turning it clockwise. Just remember, bum to the left. And you're going to cut it at 3. Okay. Now this piece, we need to take just a little bit off, but we're going to turn it 90 degrees, so all the way around. Sound effects help. And you're going to cut this at 1 7/8, which again is 2 less 2 ticks. Good girl, Cindy. Okay. Now, why did we do that? So this is, let me put it back together to show you what it looked like. This is what it did look like before we cut it up. Okay. So we've just taken out this little chunk, this little snippet out of the middle. Why? Because we're going to open it up like this and we want to maintain the pattern. So again, this was cut at 1 7/8, and then this I turned bum to the left, cut it at 3, and then what we're wanting to do is take the little titch out of the middle. So that's why we have to turn this piece 90 degrees all the way around to then cut off the 2 ticks. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me, but that's how it's going to look and the pattern is going to be maintained. So that's why it's important to listen to yours. When can you see the new catalog? Marcella, you can see it now if you're a demonstrator. Happening now, product releases. Happening now, product releases. Happening now, product releases. Scroll all the way down. There's also the online exclusives are in there too. So check those out. You can see them now. You can order them as of tomorrow. So get shopping, girl. All right. This is our basic gray card base. 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. This is our Mossy Meadow. I'm so thirsty. Five and a quarter by 4. Tape it down. You can find your tape. Brand new roll of tape. Let's hope that this one doesn't get all tangled up like the last couple have. All right, taping that down flat. And now we're going to build our little, want to see the Black Friday? I know, Black Friday deals. Thank you for reminding me. On the 25th, demonstrators and customers alike, you have to go to the online store and see what's on sale. Select items are up to 40% off. I have no idea what they are, so don't ask me. I will find out on the 25th, just like you. And they're probably while supplies last. Okay, so here's how our pattern is going to go down. That's how I used to teach my kids their address, right? My address is 10623 181 Avenue. And they still know that song because I used to sing it on the way to school over and over and over. Same with happening now, product releases. Happening now, product releases. I'm trying to train my demonstrator friends and my team where to find things. Happening now, product releases. Happening now, product releases. Okay, taping it all down. What time what, Cindy? What time can you order? Midnight. It's only when it's an annual catalog that it tends to go at 1 or noon or something. Okay, there's our card, you guys. Now, so for this, for a sentiment, I just grabbed, this is basic beige because it goes really nice with this flower. And I brought in a new stamp that is from a set, brand new set in the November online exclusives that I love. I just haven't had time to play. Friendly Foliage. You know me and my fonts. And this one is a great one because it's got Get Well Soon, Sending Love, Here For You Always, Wishing You the Best, You're Always in My Heart, Thinking of You. This works for birthdays, get well, like it works for so many things. I'm going to ink it up in my basic gray. And I'm going to have to trim it down because it's a little bit too big. So, basic gray. Okay. Well, and Linda, that's fair enough. I know, like I've said before, not every catalog, I get a lot of comments from people when a new catalog comes out going, oh, I don't love it. Most people, that's not really, it's not true. in that there are items they love. They just don't love every item in the catalog. And I like that about a catalog. I don't want to feel like I need to order everything in the catalog. I like if there's just one or two items because that means it's a really well-rounded catalog with a little bit of something for everybody. So this one, yeah, there's some cutesy stuff. There's some cutesy little ants and bugs and bunnies and hearts and stuff like that. But there are also some beautiful foliage and some other stuff. Likewise with the online exclusives, there are a couple that I have to have, and the rest I'm like, yeah, I'm, you know me, I'll probably get them anyway. I'm going to pop this up in dimensionals in a minute. But I think that's a sign of a good catalog myself, is when I don't love everything in it. So, all right, so I'm just putting a little bit of tape on the back of this. I'm going to grab this. Here's my twine. That is how I roll. I'm like, okay, where's my ball of twine? And let's see what color works. I'm gonna go with whatever. I don't know. I am so professional. Somewhere I think I've got more vanilla. Let's do a vanilla. It's actually on the roll. Okay, so I'm the ladybugs are. I love the paper actually, Tracy. And of course, one of the PDF tutorials I'm going to be doing is using the bug suite. I'm like, of course, and it was 50-50. It was down to the last demonstrator to vote on which suite we were going to do. It was between that greenery one that you and I like, Tracy. It was between that and the bugs. And there was down to one vote. And it was Celine. And I'm like, really? Yeah, had to pick the bugs, huh? But I do kind of like it in that I like to challenge myself sometimes. I don't know, whatever. All right, so I'm just laying down. Let's get in the field of vision. So I'm putting my baker's twine on the back of it. So I just put a little strip. You could do tear and tape or whatever you've got, just adhesive. And lately I'm into this, like looping this stuff just to add a little bit of interest. This is our basic layout. Like this is supposed to be somewhat quick and easy, although it did take me the better part of like 3 hours. I'm not gonna lie. I don't do easy well because I have to love it, you guys. If I don't love it, I don't want to do Mystery Card Monday. I don't want to show you something that's meh. So this one took me like for freaking ever to come up with. Anyway, I've been into doing this more. Now, let me grab one of my 9 rolls of... You think, like seriously, who's got a problem? I don't have a problem. You have a problem. Maybe I have a problem. Do I need to... You wonder how I earn trips, you guys? I buy the freaking things. At the end of the day, I have so much stuff. My credit card loves me. Okay. All right, there. So it's all wrapped up. This one isn't as stiff as that one. That one was more of a twine. What was this? Okay, anyway. Talking to myself now. I need scissors. I need cutters. There they are. These ones. See, Tracy made this for me, so I know these are my ribbon scissors. The peas in the pod. Because she knows how much I loved that set. All right, so this is what we've got here. Thinking of you. I'm going to pop it up with dimensionals, and then I'm going to move on with my day. Find the dimensionals. No, and there's scrapbooking stuff, and I don't scrapbook either. There are some nice products though that you can use on cards with those scrapping things. But you know, saves me a bunch of money if I don't love it. That's great. There, I'm tearing this back a little bit because the wax paper won't stick to wax paper. So, all right, enough of the yammering. Hey, did you see that there's going to be a paper pumpkin subscription sale? December 1 to December 9. That's in my newsletter. Okay, that's like the weirdest looking thing. What have I done over here? I don't know. You know what? That's just okay. Well, that's not my best little flourishy thing ever, but that's okay. Now I need some sort of gems. I wonder where I put them. Maybe I clean them up. What do you think the chances are that I clean them up? Oh, I did! Go figure. It's a novel. Okay, these ones, I love these. Streaked dots. Look how many I've used. I like them. All right, so I'm going to put one up here. That's okay. Now that's why that looked weird. I'm like, where's the other tail? Now I have to cut this one really short. Oh, this is a fail on the bow. Okay, anyway. All right, 1, 2, And then let's do, sure, we'll do a big one down here. Thinking of you. Okay, and then I'm going to put a liner on and stuff and things. So this is like the simple, basic layout. Hi, Gail. Can't believe they were doing scrapbooking when close to my heart just closed. Well, I know they didn't close because they went under. They closed because the owner was sick and she didn't have someone to take over the business. So we essentially took over the business. So it's not because scrapbooking is dead or anything. Anyway, do you like it? I think it's nice. That looks like a Dolores embellishment. Cindy, is that a compliment? I don't know what that is. So here is the basic layout. Now, what we want to do is we want to make 3 of these in half an hour. Now that it's 7:31, you betcha, baby, we're going to make 3 of these. If I can find enough room on my desk. So let's get this stuff out of the way. We'll throw that in a corner somewhere. Okay, so when we mass produce, we're just going to fold everything up. We're going to do this in a systematic way. So in this case, I'm using cloud cover. So I got 3 of those. So we're going to fold. Thank you, Alexina. Thank you, guys. Okay. 1. We're going to make 3 cards in less than half an hour. Now, not going to lie, I pre-cut and pre-did everything, so you don't have to watch me struggle with most of that like you usually do. Okay. So you could call it a one-sheet wonder of sorts in that we're making multiples in a short amount of time. So cloud cover. This is, thank you, Linda. This is Misty Moonlight, she said confidently. Yeah, okay. All right. 1. Yes, well, I will. Okay, so on that score, Cindy, I will be doing my paper and ribbon share again for the January catalog. But that doesn't go live until I want to say January 6th. So it's a long ways away, but in there I will also be doing some of the papers from the online exclusives. So of course, I haven't priced out anything. I mean, I barely opened the darn thing, but there will be a paper and ribbon share that I will be promoting in the near future. By near future, I mean November, December. All right, so for this particular batch, I'm using paper from the Konsugi Impressions. Is that what the paper, whatever this one's called. So I grabbed 3 patterns that coordinate, right? And so you want to use something that's in the same pack, right? Ideally, because that takes all the hard work out of it. Now, you could just cut this at 1 7/8, turn it 3, turn it 1 7/8, like I did for this card. Let me show you that card. So I maintained the pattern, slapped on a great big, this is not the biggest circle. This is 3, this is 2 3/4 circle from the Spotlight on Nature dies. Okay. Uh-oh, I lost a little flower. Oh, I'll find another one. It's gone. Okay. Anyway, I stamped the happy birthday in pattern of friendship. Happy birthday. And I just threw some gems, and I guess I didn't even do a bow, so unless it got ripped off too. I don't know where it is. I'll find it. It'll be in here in this pile somewhere, I'm sure. It just flew off. Anyway, it's in there somehow. Okay, so you could do it all with the one pattern, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut each one of these, and then have you ever heard of the cut, stack, and shuffle layouts? This is kind of similar, but we're not going to cut them all. We're not going to cut. Oh, I need more room. I'm not going to cut them all together. I'll cut 2 of them. I'll cut 2 of them at the same time. So because it's thin and it's okay for your blade to cut 2 at a time. So we're going to cut it at 1 7/8. Scooch it to the side. We're going to turn it, bum to the left, cut it at 3. Swing it around. 1 7/8. Now, you don't have to worry about this whole swinging it around and maintaining the pattern in this particular case because, I mean, I could. The pattern is still maintained, but I'm going to mix up the papers. So it's not crucial, but hey, once you know it, just maintain it, right? So we're going to do this one again, 1 7/8, bum to the left, cut it at 3, swing it around, 1 7/8. Okay, so we've cut all of our papers. Let's bring them in here. Stack and whack. Yeah, I like that. Stack and whack. All right. So now we're just going to lay these out. That one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. This one's going to go here. 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 And this one's going to go here. Okay, so it's the same layout. You just cut them, mix them up, made it look pretty. Tape it down. Now, once I got these all laid down, then my head wanted to explode because I'm like, well, how do you do this? This piece I struggle with because it's so busy. It's so, right? So I'm like, well, what am I going to do with this? So I'm just going to cover most of it up. But you can just simply put a sentiment on it like I did like this, and you can call it done. Hi, Virginia. Nice to see you, friend. Okay. What happens if I'm done way too early? 7:36, Lord. I'll show you the card that I was going to make. Well, that I spent 3 hours making today that I then decided against. I had a good old play. Today almost turned into a, let me show you how. Because as much as, see, I'm torn, you guys. Like, I love my Mondays. I love Mystery Card Monday. I know that you guys like quick and easy layouts. And then, but sometimes I'm like, you know, I don't actually create a whole lot. I just cut paper and slap a sentiment on it. I wanted to play. I wanted to play with some new toys and even some old toys that I haven't played with yet. So that's what I did this morning. And then I thought, well, I think I'll just have to tell you guys, let me show you how. But then it didn't. It just turned into this instead. I'll show you in a minute. We'll see. I'll show you. Oh, it's been a day. It's been a day. Where did it go? I wonder where that card is. Where are you? Card that I made. I have no idea where it went. Oh, there it is. Look, this is what I made. Gee, don't they look similar? Do you like this? Look, I used all that velvet paper. I've been using almost this whole pack, Tracy. Are you proud of me? And some ribbon. I never use ribbon. Anyway, I digress. Okay, back to my project. All right, so here are our 3 things. Then I thought, well, I don't know what to do with this. So this is the first one I did, right? Just had a happy birthday. I went, okay, well, let's just step it up. We'll start with a happy birthday. And I got my little thingies, my little circles. And I got my Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to stamp my happy birthday. I do need a bunch of birthdays, so this will work. Happy birthday. I've been singing Michael Jackson songs all weekend, I'll tell you that right now. Gosh, it was a good show. It's upside down. It was really good. Okay, happy birthday. Well, it's tricky, but you know, you got to cut it up. Okay, so there are our 3 happy birthdays. Let's see, how did I do these anyway? I'm trying to look at I'm going to look at my things now and see how I did these. Okay, so this one I'm going to do. I can't wing it at this point in the day, you guys. I'm tired. So, you know, I don't want to have to think. So this one I'm going to do over here. And up here. Take that one down. This one, same thing, same positioning. Like you can put this circle wherever you want. I know what my die cuts look like, so this is kind of a good positioning for me. And then this one is going to go over here. Ooh. This one over here a bit. Okay. All right, so somewhere I have, here's one. Did I clean up too much? Where are all of my die cuts gone? Hang on, they might be under my computer. Oh boy. Now do we have to do a search and find? Is this how this rest of the evening is going to go? We have to find the dies, the die cuts that I cut out, that I fussy cut. Okay, so let's do a little tidy as we go. There they are. Found them. Some of them anyway. All right. So I just fussy cut these right out of the paper. But the stamp set, wherever that is, that I just put away, because why wouldn't I? The stamp set, you could stamp and cut out your own in whatever color you want. You can emboss it, all the things, right? But the paper does it for you. So I am going to just slap some dimensionals on the back of these. Oh, wicked. Nice. Yeah, I have to go see that with my girlfriend, but we've both been so busy. We've been trying to get together since October, and this is what, November 17th. Hasn't happened yet. All right, so let me do this. This little guy is going to go over here. Okay, so what I liked about this was that this vase has a little squiggle right where that bee wants to be. So, and then I'm going to put this guy over here. Like that. I'm going to do the same on this one. Is going to have oh, that one gets kind of lost over there. Let's maybe we'll do this one over here so he can stand out a little bit more, and then this one can go here. Christie. Okay. Christie, I haven't heard of that. But I didn't know the Grey Cup was on, so, you know, I don't know a lot of things. All right. Okay. So tomorrow is get her done day, because yeah, Wednesday colonoscopy for poor Craig. We've got the Jello has been made. Ugh, the poor man. I've had my fair share of colonoscopies in my life, and yeah. So that's Wednesday. We have to go to Wetaskiwin. So I had to hang out there for a couple, 3 hours. Maybe I'll go buy a car, because cars cost less in Wetaskiwin. Right? If you live in Alberta, you know that jingle. Cars cost less in Wetaskiwin. All right. Now I need some gems. No, I didn't clean them up. They're over here. So these are retired, but I love them. And I'm trying to use them up. So these are the original low profile dots, and they're a bit of a pain in the slack up because they are so low profile that once you touch them to the paper, good luck if you want to move it. There's nothing to get under. Like, you can't, it's really hard. Ask me how I know. You could also use the gold, these little guys. So this is what I had used on mine because they do match, but you could also use these, and you could also use these gold ones too. So I'm just trying to use up some of the ones that I've got. So I'm going to go one here. Oh, see, now that one's, I'm hooped. I'm hooped. Oh, no, I can move it. Okay. Nailed it. Jeep came from Wetaskiwin in 91. Oh, I know, right, Tracy? Why? Certain jingles, honestly, you know it's a good jingle when you can still sing it like 426-5050. When you're hungry, call the Lido. Free delivery. Right? You just, you know, that was a good jingle because you still remember it 30 years later. I don't know. What other jingles do we... This seriously is going to catch on something. We'll just sing jingles while Tamara puts gems on things. Okay, and then this one we'll do... Where'd it go? Oh, it's on my thumb. Like I'm sure it came off somewhere. Free delivery. Okay. Then I'm going to throw on a couple bows, and then it's 7:45, and then what I'm going to do for 15 minutes, I don't know. Oh, I don't think so, Sheila. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's been gone for 100 years. Okay, so on these ones, I'm just using my white baker's twine. I like a long tail. I should have pre-done these ones. Oh, thank you, Charlene. Charlene from Missouri. Did I get that right? Okay. So yes, keep commenting if you would like to be entered into my draw for that PDF for Tracy's cards. And if I sell 17 of them, she's buying me lunch. So yeah, help a sister out. If you're like, hey, I'll just buy that PDF, Tamara. I'll send you $10, $12 if it's via PayPal, and you'll send it to bertram4@shaw.ca. Shut down in 2003. Oh, not quite 100 years. Okay. Yeah, I know. I figured they were gone for a long time. Call 473-7373, Pizza 73. Pizza 73. Yeah. Do you remember what we used to have to phone to get the time? Remember before the days of cell phones and things? You could call. Was it 421-2121 or 412-1212? 421-2121. And they would it was an automated thingy, and it would say the time is 7:52. Remember? Anyway, free delivery. Okay, we're almost done. Okay. There is my card. So it's 7:47. I started at 7:30. So that took, math is hard, 28 minutes in total. Huh? What do you think? What do you think? So these are the ones I had done earlier. Huh? Not that one. These ones. Now, I also did it with this paper. This is where I wanted to cry, because I'm like, you guys, I don't love pastels. Like, they're just not my jam. But I thought, I have this paper. How about we use it? So it's the birthday celebration is the stamp set, and waterfall? No, something with a W, celebration. Somebody will tell me. So I think I made it work where it's not too gross, right? Now, so these, I don't want to make another. Do I want to make them in another? No, I don't want to make another one. Like, I had the paper cut somewhere. I've got them somewhere. I don't know where I put them, though. Maybe I put them away. Yeah, I just don't love pastels. Do you know where your children are? Oh, yes, it's 11 p.m. Do you know where your children are? That's right. Also, this is your brain on, this is your, crack an egg, right? This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. It was fried, right? Okay. They charge for 411? Seriously? Oh, okay. Anyway, these are die cuts, you guys. So this is where I had a little bit of fun, but that's why my desk looked like, you know, something threw up all over my desk, because all the die cuts that were with it. So this is a die cut. 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 Like, it's done for you. I cut this, and I fussy cut this. So the reason I did a circle, though, was to take away some of the busyness. If you just had this and this, it's really kind of busy. So I just put down the white circle just to break it up a little bit. And yeah. So now it's 7:49. Now what do I do? What do I do now? I don't know. This is what here, let's just, I'll take pictures of this and I'll post it. If you played along, I would love for you to share a picture of what you came up with. Let me just show you, I'll just do a little show and tell of where my head was at today and what I was playing with and what I was doing. unless I threw it all away. I don't know where it all is. I was having a good play with this folder. I don't even know what it's called. Something about holly. Holly. This one. This is the Jolly Holly Dies. 3D, like the hybrid embossing folder. So this, I showed you this last week. Watch my Mystery Card Monday last week if you don't know, if you didn't see how to do these. But these are, they cut and emboss at the same time, which is kind of crazy wacky, but that's what it does. So so when you open it up, the side that has the, hang on, Bernice, the side that has a Stampin' Up! Logo is where this will fit in. So it's locked in, not locked, but you can listen. There, it's kind of snapped into where it's going to sit. Put your paper in, close the door, run it through the machine, and then it cuts and embosses at the same time. Okay. Now these don't actually come out. This is how, like, it's a partial cut so that you can just kind of put this on a card and make it look pretty and poof it up. And it just has a little bit of dimension. But so I thought, well, no. No. How will I decorate my hi Frida hand pink smiling waving blue whatever? So I just went in and snipped these. We're just going to do a little bit of show and tell here now. So I just snipped these off. And then you've got these that you can play with. You can color these. Hi, Bev. I know I said hi to you earlier, but yes, it is cool. So I snipped them up and I just cleaned them up a little bit. So, you know, in here, just take your scissors and just cut off any weird spots, right? You could even go in here a little bit more, a little deeper. I love holly. Like I just love holly. I don't know. It just pleases me. So I'll clean it up a little bit and then you can color them. So I've got a bunch of these. I was playing with these and that, well, no, I had it on a card. Okay. Try to be organized, Bertram. Now let's see if I can find pieces and things. I had the black one, a black sheet. There it is. Look at me. Okay. You know what? Okay, 7:52. Hold on. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do something here. So I'm gonna do this embossing thing. So like I said, I'm gonna show you how I kind of came up with this. There it is. That's actually one that's not cut. Okay, so if you don't want it cut, you can just use it like an embossing folder. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in, this is a 4 3/4 by 3.5. And I'm going to run it through my embossing machine, my cut and emboss machine without this. So it's not going to cut it, it's just going to emboss it. Heaven forbid I should ever end my show early, right? Not on my watch, you guys. Okay. So now we've got just an embossed piece. Isn't that pretty? So this is how Dolores's brain works. Thanks, darling. So this is how I started off. Now, if you want a quick and easy card, boom. Hey, let's add a layer there. This is 2 ticks larger. And that's just, so, okay, boom. Add some ribbon, add a sentiment. You're done. You're done, right? That was going to be our card tonight. Nay. I started playing. I had some black. Same thing. And then I took my white craft ink and I just rubbed it on top of it. So then and then I thought, well, it needs a little color. So then I colored, yeah, I'm like, yeah, no. And then, oh, let's turn it over. Oh, and yeah, and then I got bored of that for a while. So I stopped that. And then I thought, all right, let's go back to this. Let's have a card like this. Let's get a great big sentiment in the top. And, oh, needs a little bit of color. Okay, let's put this down here. Thanks, Karen. All right, so this is just 2 ticks larger for a really subtle. This is Granny Apple Green. Like that. And I thought, well, that doesn't quite work. And maybe this should be Granny Apple Green. And then my head wants to explode. But no, that's fine. So then I ran the thingy through with Granny Apple Green. Oh, hang on. Hold on, I got to answer my friend Lena. Hang on. I'm coming, Lena. I'm coming. Hold on. I just got to answer her, and then I'll get right back to you. Okay, so now I've got the berries that I made with the leftovers from my paper pumpkin kit. So you don't get this many, but remember when I crafted with my volunteers, these were left over, the red sequins. So use what you've got. I was just having a little play. I had this laying around on my desk, and I thought, oh, well, okay, that's nice. How about the word joy? Oh, we can't have it in white. That's too dull. So let's go with red. And then I get into, oh, well, I think I need red on the outside instead of green. I could do that. We could do that. Let's just do that really quickly because I still have 3 minutes. So this is a card. Oh, what we could do here. No. I just need, why do I have so many card bases in right? Okay, forget it. I'm going to do this, what did I say this was? 3.25 and 2 ticks. So I'm going to go 3.5 and 2 ticks. 4 3/4 and 2 ticks. That's going to be my layer. This might be our card. Do you have the, did you drag the white ink? Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. And actually, because my pad was so big, I didn't want to use, this is what I used actually. I grabbed one of my uninked ink spots. Okay, Lena. And I just added the refill to this because my ink pad is always, this is an old one, but it always looks like that, and it's always dried out. So I'm going to throw that away. Done. And now I'm just going to use this in future. So that's the ink spot that I'm using. Anyway, this is looking pretty cute, right? Let's put that together. 7:50. I still have time, you guys. Okay, I could do, where am I going to do dimensions? I'm going to put this on here. Probably should use glue, but okay, so that like that. Wow, was not planning to do this. I'm going to pop this up because I've got a million dimensionals from my volunteer work. Again, any of the leftovers I take back. They don't need them. One in the middle. I actually, Cindy, I have a little bit more control too with the ink spot as to where it goes. If you use the whole ink pad, you end up getting ink where you don't like, in here where I don't really like it. And it does look like a chalkboard. It's like the chalkboard technique, but I don't like when it goes where it's not. I'm very particular. And I don't like when it's not where I don't want it to be. I don't do organic well. Okay. So there, I pop that up on dimensionals. This, what the heck? Let's pop that up on dimensionals too. 1, 2, I still have, 1 minute now. 3. I'm going to put that in the middle. So that's with the larger of the Spotlight on Nature dies. And then these, I could do dimensionals, but I'm running out of time. And okay, we're going to use glue. Okay, no we're not. We're going to use glue dots. One. Oh my goodness. Okay, that didn't work out very well at all. 2. Oh boy. Why are they not coming off the wax paper? 3. Holy lifting, as Grandma would say. Okay, so that's going to go there. Now I have to finish the card. You can't go away now. You got to see how this ends. What is with this roll? Okay. Free delivery. Thanks. Thanks, Cindy. Okay. the word joy. So this die is also from the same bundle. Oh dear. Okay, that's in here. The word joy. Here it is on my desk, ready to be lost. There's also a leaf and whatever that is. Looks anyway, whatever those are. Okay. And then this one. Lena, can you hear me? And you just can't comment? I'm very confused. Okay, these are really weird. All right. Anyway, what do you think of that? Huh? A little joy. And then we're going to have to, I have to have a bow. It's 8:01. I'm now overtime. That's okay. Unless you guys have someplace to be. Right now, I will say a thank you for popping in. And if you played along, take a picture of your project. And when I post mine, put a copy of yours in the comments. Yeah, and keep commenting. If you're watching the replay, you can still enter my draw. We're drawing for a PDF. Okay, hang on. I just want to get this down, and let's put him here. Thanks, Kathy. That had nothing to do with the actual layout, but anyway. I like to show you guys how some of these other toys work, so I think I'll be moving that. But anyway, this was done with the velvet, so it's got texture, and it's just nice. And this was the, it's from the Turtley Cute suite. Soft sea foam and shaded spruce is what that is. Okay, so giddy up, get out of here, Bertram. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for playing along. I'll go back and read some of the comments, and yeah, that's all I know. I'll be back here on Friday for for coffee break at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. If you're a demonstrator, you can order tomorrow from the January catalog and from the January online exclusives. We also have coming down the line, the product of the month is starting on December, I think 2nd, rings a bell. December 2nd. Lots of stuff happening on December 1st. There's the paper pumpkin sale from December 1st to 9th. There's Black Friday deals on the 25th, up to 40% off select items, all kinds of stuff going on. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I will catch you on Friday. Have a great week, you guys. Bye.